This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, Heinz, we'll go with you because I know you're ready. You can kick us off. Thanks.
Thanks, Lunga. Jacob, congrats on the win. Just quickly wanted to ask you, I know there were quite a few fine performances, but David Creel, everything he did today, basically turned to gold. It wasn't just a brace of tries. I mean, it was try-saving tackles, it was brilliant aerial contests. He was just, I just felt he couldn't do anything wrong really in that game.
Yeah, look, Heinz, I think the captain just summed it up now and said those two try-saving tackles when he ran back as well and won that ball back from that kick through. I mean, a captain, as you just said to him, listen, that gave everyone energy. So you're right. I mean, last time we played, he was man of the match. And this time again, it would have been close for him not to be man of the match. But it's wonderful for a guy like that who, as I said, he plays 12, he can play 13, he's played fullback and we're playing him wing. I mean, it's fantastic that he can week in and week out play like that. So good for us as a group.
Heinz, follow-up question?
And then, Jake, also, just almost like on the flip side, you must be really proud and really chuffed about this burgeoning dynamic. You have your youngsters like David Kuhl, like the Ruans, everyone, and then you have an Izamko who comes in and just basically does exactly what you actually asked of him, almost like being a linking player on the open side. A Lionel Mapu who almost broke the line at will, Harold Foster, being the brains almost of the outfit, you must really chuff with the dynamic, how it's going.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's why signing those older guys, and I'm not talking about the old guys, I'm talking about the old guys. What I meant by that is not the old guys like that have come to us like Nizam, who was here. I'm on signing the older chaps who've got experience, played Super Rugby. It just gives us so much more, I suppose, confidence, but also a guy like David, when he's running in the backline with Harold and Lionel and Nizam linking with him on the outside. I mean, you can imagine it's a great place to be. So, yeah, look, I'm very happy. And I think Nizam, he came back here. He was very thankful that we gave him an opportunity after the Wasps episode with him. And he said to us, he said, I'll repay you guys back on the field. And what better way can it be than becoming man of the match in his first game? So, yeah, very, very happy for him as well.
Thanks, Heinz. Ken Bolland.
Ken, are you there?
He's on mute.
No, no.
Froze. Okay, whilst Ken is unfreezing, anybody else with a question? Yes, Simon. Simon.
Sorry, did you hear that?
Simon. Ken, do you want to go?
No, we
No.
did not.
Sorry, I thought I was sorry. Did you not hear that?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Ken, now I can hear you.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, Jake, I was just saying, as you mentioned, there was some great rugby in the first half, forwards linking beautifully with the backs. Second half seemed to just go off the boil a bit. From your perspective, what went wrong in the second half?
Well, Ken, let me say we scored. I mean, we scored. It was over the line. We were held up. And then, we should have put them away there. And I'm saying from a second half starting point of view. And then Harold kicked the ball directly into touch. And then all of a sudden, Stravino kicked another one straight after that into touch. We almost, by two mistakes, allowed them to stay for a long period of time in our 22. And obviously that led to a try. And then they started getting confident. So, yeah, look, I mean, I take nothing away from the fact that we played really well in the first half. We probably should have, as I said, scored quickly after the kickoff, which we didn't. And then, then they got more and more confident. And I think the one area we spoke about just briefly after the game is we're probably a little bit soft on defense. It's almost like we attack focus and we love having the ball in our hands, but we've got to have the same energy and the same sort of desire when we have to defend. and not only on our try line. I thought we defended well on our try line. We got to defend with that, with that intensity and that, that energy and excitement when we catch teams, on the halfway line or catch them like on the 10-meter line. We can't just, rely on our scramble defense and on individual stuff like David Creel did when he ran back, picked the ball up, and collectively we need to look at how we can improve as a group.
Follow-up question, Ken? Okay, Ken is good. Simon, are you back?
Thanks, Lunga. Apologies, I had a gremlin here. Jake, well done on the win. There are two questions. First of all, you must be happy with the set pieces. It looked like it went well. And the other part of the question, apologies if you already touched on it, it looked like a little bit of rustiness that crept into to the game. And obviously you will explain that.
Yeah, Simon, look, a lot of things. When you look back at that game quickly, we made some substitutions. We probably lost our rhythm a bit. But I wanted to give guys enough game time. If you don't put the bench on when you're 30 points to 14 up or 31-14 up, when are you going to put your bench on? So probably lost a little bit of rhythm there. Probably lost a bit of cohesion there as well. But saying that, we've come off a long off time where players have been training hard, and we probably weren't as we weren't gelling as much in the second half as we did in the first half. But as I said, Simon, we had a chance early. We won that kickoff. We got a scrum, then we had a scrum penalty. Then we on their try line, and then we were held up over the try line. So yeah, it was unfortunate. And then we swapped the front row, and then we probably, even though our set piece was good, we probably weren't as dominant as we were in the first half with our scrum. So it's something we had to do as coaches. I mean, as a coach, I wanted to give guys game time. But I am very happy with the set piece, to score that first try from a line out first phase. And obviously not to maul as we usually have in the last couple of games is also nice because it adds a little bit more on our attack and I suppose a little bit more uneasiness for teams that have to defend us.
Follow up, Simon?
Thanks, guys. I'm good.
Okay, cool. Heinz?
Jake, just on the replacements, I suppose actually that's also sort of like the point, or I suppose even the message to a guy like Jan Hendrik, he was very prominent, in the loose, like always, and I thought actually near the end of the game, that front row actually scrummed quite well. They actually won that one penalty and stuff. But I mean, that bit of lack of communication in the lineouts, and the overthrows, it happens obviously, but I suppose it's exactly like you said, how is he going to learn if you're not going to put him into, that type of situation? And if anything, he had the buffer actually to, I almost want to say, make those mistakes.
Yes. I'm spot on. I mean, that's exactly, we lose a line out in our 22. He throws it over the top, but one of the most capped hookers of all time for South Africa lost two or three lineouts in the first half as well. So, yeah, that's not because Bismarck can't throw, and that's not because Jan Hendrik can't throw. That's because we haven't obviously had time to gel those combinations. So you're 100% spot on. I had to show my hand today and give guys a fair crack. At one stage, the only guy I had kept back was Locke, which was Ruan Vermaak. Other than that, I mean, literally with 12 minutes left to go, the whole bench was cleared. So if we had got someone injured or if we got cramp or whatever, we would have had to play with 14 men, which is not ideal. I mean, ideally what you want to try and do is keep someone back, but I just thought it wouldn't be fair if you're far ahead not to give everyone a fair chance to get some game time.
Cool. No new hands. Any other questions? Alrighty, coach. Thank you so much. Congratulations. We will see you in the midweek. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Jake.